Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. We're going to get together this morning to meditate again. My name is Jennifer Dove, and I'm an intuitive coach and astrologer. I think in my last video, I talked a lot about all of the things that I do in the world to support people. And this is one of them, actually. I began this series of free live meditations to be supportive to folks who are having challenges in general, and then also to be supportive to everyone during the current eclipse cycle. We're getting ready to have our third of 3 eclipses tomorrow, early in the morning here in the United States. And it's a solar eclipse, a partial solar eclipse, and it's also a new moon. So it'll be a dark night here while that eclipse is happening. So let's go ahead and start our meditation time together. Before I do that, no, I'll just talk at the end. Instead of talking now, I'll talk at the end. I kind of just want to I'm feeling the urge to drop into meditation. So come into a comfortable seated position wherever you are. If you're laying down, that's fine too. And notice if you are comfortable. And I always say that because most of us, we're like really good little school kids, and we get into position and we're ready to go, but we're not soft, we're not comfortable. So let's really move your body around a little bit and shake your shoulders, roll your shoulders, and get comfortable. Snuggle your seat into the floor. That's what one of my favorite yoga teachers always used to say. Snuggle your seat into the floor. I like that. Good morning, Joan. Good morning, everyone who's joining us today. So, comfortable now. And let's move into a round of the falling out breath. And that is a breathing technique that has 3 inhalations and exhalations to it. 3 rounds make one. Well, I'm confusing you. 3 breaths make 1 round. And what we do is we inhale through the nose and exhale with a sigh through the mouth. And we inhale with tension, bringing tension into the body, and exhaling with the sigh. So let's do that together 3 times. Inhale through the nose. And exhale with a sigh. And make some noise with it. Give yourself permission to take up a lot of space with this, okay? Inhale. And one more time. Good morning, Kate. Okay. Close your eyes and just begin to notice your breath. And by that I mean notice the physical manifestation of your breath. Notice how your chest lifts as you inhale and falls as you exhale. And let your inhalation and exhalations be nice and deep right now. So we're lengthening them. The falling out breath is kind of like a stop and start signal to the body, like we're going to do something different now. And then lengthening the breath is it's a way that I like to use to help people come back to the present moment with themselves. So each inhalation is slightly longer than normal, and each exhalation slightly longer than normal. And then as you're drawn, let your breath come back to its regular rhythm. And we talked about Ujjayi breath last time we met, and rather than teach it again, I think what I'll do is I'll put the link to the video here after this is complete, but I'll just go over it really quickly. It's a sounding breath. It's the ocean sounding breath is how I learned it. And it's the breath comes up and down the back of the throat, and you can hear it. It's audible. It's like you're fogging up a mirror as you exhale, and then almost gasping gently as you inhale. And you want to end up doing that with your mouth closed, and it kind of becomes the sound of, well, it is the sound of the ocean. It's the sound you heard when you were inside your mother's body as you were being formed. You might be able to hear me doing it. It's something that, it's a breathing technique that I use whenever I do yoga or whenever I meditate, because it's a very fast way to draw one's attention back to the body. So again, we're just noticing the breath. Notice the belly moving as you inhale. And as you exhale, let the weight of your legs be heavy in whatever position they're in. And notice if your feet are relaxed. Maybe move the toes a bit. And then soften the feet, soften the legs. And we'll let the base of the spine get nice and heavy. And when I say that, you might find yourself leaning back a little bit into the chair that you're in, or however you're sitting, if you're sitting. So the base of the spine, the entire pelvis, the whole bowl of the pelvis is heavy on the ground. Imagine it made of like a giant piece of amethyst, just held by gravity to the ground. And then out of that space of heaviness, your spine lifts. Now we're not moving the body, okay? So we're not straightening up. We're just noticing the spine and the shape that it makes. Eyes closed or open, just noticing your spine. And you want to feel the crown of your head open. That's just like a sensation. And you want to feel lifted toward the sky. So we're always held in two places. We're held by the sky and we're held by the ground. Okay? It's I think there's a word for it. I believe, you can tell me if I'm wrong, it's axis mundi. We are always, it's like this channel, this column of energy comes, I imagine it, through the crown of the head, down through the spine, through the base of the spine, down the legs, and all the way down into the ground. And at the same time, the energy lifts up. So this is your axis point. This is your center. And you can move from that, but we always come back to it. You know, we're any gesture that we're making, I'm moving into some dance stuff now. Any gesture that we're making, we always come back. You know? So that axis is what we're want to bring our attention to right now. The heaviness in the base of the spine, the heaviness of the legs, and the lifted sensation through the torso, all the way up through the crown of the head, all the way up to the sky. And with this energy right now, and you may notice, you might not, when you're out in the world, things may feel a little bit more chaotic or intense, or there might be a lot of activity. And so grounding the body, I probably used the word grounding 15 times on my Facebook page this week, and just an invitation to remember that we are in bodies, we're embodied, and we're held here, okay? So no matter what's happening, that's going to come in and it's going to go. It's going to move in and move out, but you are not. And now notice as I've been talking a lot, if your attention has moved out And gently bring your awareness back to your body, back to your breath. Using any breathing technique you like, or having your breath be natural now. And continuing with each exhalation to let your body soften and become heavy. Let your belly soften too. Let your belly come forward. We're going to do the opposite of what we're trying to do, what we're taught to do out in the world. We're not sucking our bellies in right now. We're giving our bodies a chance to be natural, to feel comfortable. And just keep bringing your awareness back inside. And let's bring our attention to the heart. I was going to say gate, the heart chakra, the core of your emotional body, right at the sternum bone, right behind the sternum bone. And it moves like a golden globe of light. So the light moves in all directions. And it sits right there in the center of your chest. And there's nothing to do, okay? So you don't need to give anything to anybody right now. This is for you. We're just noticing this energy that is who you are. It's very simple, this meditation thing, right? Oh, I always feel like I'm entering, I think I mentioned this phrase last time, the inner sanctuary. And it's interesting because I'm seeing this phrase in a couple other places today, the inner sanctuary. This is your home base. This is your church inside. Always here, always available. And as you're focused on your heart, notice if there's a sensation as well. Without changing anything at all. There's going to be some thoughts that come in. Maybe not. But if there are, gently sweep them to the side with your imagination or even with your hands. Sweep them to the side as if you're entering the Gulf of Mexico, and your hands are gliding through the water, and the little tiny fishes that come up or have to move to the side now, because this is your time. This is your space. And let's allow whatever sensation, emotion, color that you are noticing in the center of your heart chakra to gently expand. Expanding out to the borders of your body, out to the skin, out to the edges of your rib cage, and then down through your arms, and out through your palms. And up through your neck, up through your face, through the crown of your head, and then we're going to turn it around and bring it back down again. So this heart light is coming back down through the body, through the arms, the hands, and it doesn't go anywhere. It stays with you. So we're not like pouring out all our energy to the world. We're holding it. Let it slide down the rib cage, through the belly, through the pelvis, through the hips, down your legs, through the knees, shins and calves, the ankles, and down through the soles of your feet. And just imagine wherever your feet are right now, that I'm in a cross-legged position and your feet might be on the ground, but whatever position your feet are in, imagine that light is going right down into the center of the earth, all the way. At the same time, this sense of spaciousness is still here inside the ribs, inside the heart. And this is the part of you, the witness part of you, who watches everything unfold. And this part of you, it doesn't leave. You may not be aware of it from time to time, but it's always here. It does not come and go. Other things come and go. But who you are, it's your essential self, the core of who you are, does not come and go. And very gently now begin to bring your attention back to your breath. And we'll once again lengthen the inhalations and exhalations ever so slightly. And very gently, as you're ready, open your eyes. And notice how when you open your eyes, you're still in that centered space. You're still with that inner sanctuary. You don't have to actually leave it to do the rest of your life. You can move and live from here just as much as you can from here. It's an invitation to just, as you move through your day, to keep calling yourself back to yourself. And you may find that as you do that, that things take care of themselves. It's actually the best place to take care of others from, the best place to allow what's happening to happen and to gain more information before you act or react. I like to pay attention to that moment when the eyes open and nothing really changes. And let's now move into another round of the falling out breath together. We're just going to signal to the body that we are coming back to our life without being in that deep, deep meditative state. So we'll inhale together and exhale with a sigh. 2 more times. And again. And thank you for joining me this morning, or this afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. And my plan all along was to do these guided meditations through the eclipse cycle, and tomorrow's the eclipse. So what I'm planning to do is come back for one more early Monday morning. And then I would really love to hear your feedback about moving this into a group space, because what I've learned through doing this is that I do love to teach. I've been teaching meditation for, gazillion years, and I'd like to keep doing it. But I think it would be a little more. It would be nice to have a container of a Facebook group, to do it in. So let me know your thoughts about that, and if you'd be interested in that. And I'll be sending out an email to my mailing list about this. And if you're not on my list and you'd like to be, please send me a Facebook message, and I can make that happen. And for now, thank you so much for joining me. It's been 3 weeks now. I'm pretty sure about 3 weeks that we've been meeting and meditating together. I'd love to hear feedback. I'm open to any kinds of feedback. You can drop a comment here in the thread or send me a message. And I hope this served you today. Om Shanti, 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 peace. Namaste. I'll see you next time. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend.